Usually when we give a speech, we come up with the topic. That topic is the key ideas that we want to share with the audience. So what is that key ideas? And in presenting that ideas through your speech, we must know the time limitation. For kata-kata aluan, for example, introductory speech, it should not be more than 3 minutes. Yeah? Kalau you are kata-kata aluan, the most you can go is 5 minutes lah, but 5 minutes still very long. 3 minutes is the best duration for kata-kata aluan. Sebagai contoh, sebagai pengurusi majlis. Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan yang saya hormati sekalian, pada hari ini kita sangat berbangga kerana kita akan dapat mendengar perkongsian idea daripada seorang pakar motivasi negara. Beliau yang saya maksudkan ialah Dr. Jakaria Dasana. For example, ego lagi. So, make sure your time is not more than 3 minutes. Enough for you to introduce the general ideas, key person, key speakers, and simple ideas. And then, because the remaining minutes, the 5 minutes or 7 minutes or 10 minutes or 30 minutes is for the speaker, the main speaker to talk about the ideas they want to share lah. Yeah. So space, you should know the surrounding. For example, again, I want to use my experience with the Saddam Group in SK Mesilau. We are given an opportunity to have meeting with the Guru Besar, PIBG and MEBOK chairman in a very small hall. Sangat kecil hall itu dan di dalamnya tidak begitu teratur. So that is why I limit our interaction in the hall at that time. So this is what I'm referring to space. Yeah? Cause effect, of course, when we give a talk, it is usually about problem. Yeah? It's about problem. Jarang kita bercakap ini tentang hal-hal biasa. Ya? Selalunya kita bercerita atas dasar ada sesuatu isu yang ingin kita kongsikan dan perlu kita bagi problem and solution. So basically, this is how you organize your points of speech. Most important, when you give a speech, you leave an impression to the audience. Yeah, impression could be you are a knowledgeable person. Impression could be you are a very funny person. Impression could be you look like a politician, and so on. So when people goes to any stage, yeah, I mean pentas, they might project who they want to be to the audience. So that's why during the election weeks, election week pilihan raya kan, so all these candidates will go to the stage and projected themselves as a good YB impression. That is their impression. And insurance agents, when they go to the stage, they will project themselves to the audience that they are the savior of the people. If you agree with me, buy insurance and you will be in healthy condition. That is the impression insurance agent and etc. The others. Ahli bomba dia bagi ucapan, if you follow what I am sharing with you just now, you are in safe place. So if there is a fire, you know how to save yourself and your family members. So that is the impression in saving the life as well. So in every presentation we have, for example, group, kali ini saya kongsi grup Naima lah. Nanti marah si Naima, yang Nur Ain, siapa lagi tu, Nordin, lupa sudah nama yang lain tau, tapi don't worry. So, dorang buat distributing foods di masjid lah. So, dia punya impression ialah kita mesti bersedia untuk bersedekah. Dia impression. To be good human being. Yeah? So, impression. The goals of compelling introduction and conclusion I want to focus your attention on conclusion. Yeah. First, second, third, fourth, itu sama lah. Conclusion. Conclusion, if you see the graphic, I put it in three separate order. Conclusion, phrase, phrases signaling the end, conclusion, summarize main points, conclusion, create memorable moment or impact. Conclusion, phrases signaling the end. Usually we use sentences like akhirul kalam or finally, in brief, in short. Akhir sekali, saya ingin berpesan kepada diri saya sendiri. These are the phrases that we use in conclusion. Remember, yeah, from the first introduction till the end, before the conclusion, maybe some of our crowd already sleeping, can experience 1 minute sleeping, doze off. So how actually we want to make them awake? So your conclusion must be very strong. Mesti wake them up. So satu caranya ialah kadang-kadang kalau saya gunakan pantun. Pantun saya yang paling famous ialah pohon kayu, pohon selasih. Thank you, terima kasih. For example, and this is some of the phrases we can use to wake people up. Tapi kalau pantun itu kamu guna, lepas tu orang tinggal tepuk tangan, Yahoo, bebas. Boleh sambung tidur di rumah and so on. Okay, so conclusion yang kedua juga ialah we summarize the point. So berdasarkan pada perkongsian saya tadi, saya berharap tuan-tuan, puan-puan, saudara mara, rakan karib dan semuanya dapat satu tips yang berguna, yang sama-sama kita boleh amalkan. Itu tipsnya ialah sebut begitu. Itu summarize point. Memorable impact. Memorable impact ni boleh guna pantun tadi, tapi selalunya memorable impact ni kita bagi satu tanda tanya. Contoh saya selalu gunakan. Bayangkan tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, kalau tuan-tuan dan puan-puan tidak hadir pada hari ini, betapa malangnya tuan-tuan dan puan-puan. Kerana tuan-tuan dan puan-puan tidak menyadari wujudnya satu solusi yang sangat mudah untuk kita lakukan. Contoh begitu. Meaning to say, you make people happy to be in your program.